Yes, that's right, folks. It's time for the season finale. Hello, I'm James Cutler, and this is Quiz Coconut's Quickfire Quiz Pod. I've invited 2 contestants onto the quiz pod to play for some prizes. The catch is, they don't know each other. The more questions they get right, the bigger the prize. They're not alone though, I've invited one of London's premier quizzes to help them out. And you can play along at home. But remember, don't use Google.
Use your coconut!
Welcome to another season finale. 2 guests are going to try to crack the coconut. First up, we've got Hannah. Hannah, where are you from?
Hi, I'm from London originally.
London, good stuff. And today you've been paired with Joshua. Joshua, where are you from?
Hi, here from Toronto.
We've had a few previous guests from Toronto, actually. Big shout out to our Toronto fans. So, folks, I'm going to ask you 10 questions. Each one wins £10. If you get all 10, you crack the coconut. The first 5 questions are quite straightforward, and then it's going to get really tricky towards the end. But don't panic, because you do have 2 lifelines. On any 2 questions, you can ask for help from our resident quiz expert, Jane Selby. I've known Jane for many years. She used to attend some quiz nights that I hosted in London. She knows almost everything. Jane, how are you feeling now the pubs are reopening there?
I'm feeling fantastic. I can't wait to get in the pubs and do some quizzes.
I hear you, Jane. Us too. We'll come to you a little bit later with the tricky questions. If you're playing along at home, we will leave a 2-second gap at the end of the question. You can pause it before our contestants start discussing their answers. Hannah, Joshua, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't sound very excited. I'm sure it will kick in soon. Here we go. Question 1. True or false? Decaffeinated coffee contains caffeine.
False. No? False. No, maybe it's true. I don't know. It must have a little bit. Let's go with true. Oh my gosh. True? We'll go with true.
It's a bit of a tricky one to start you off on, but yes, it is true. The decaffeination process removes about 97% of the caffeine, so the answer is true. So you've won £10.
Yay!
Okay, guys, let's go on to the next one. So out of the 12 months in the year, which one is last alphabetically?
I think it's October. It's an N after O. L-N-N-I. Oh, it's got to be October. Oh, wait, S. I think it's September then. Should we go with September?
September.
We're going to go with September.
September is the correct answer. Well done. On to number 3. I'm going to give you the opening song lyrics, okay, the opening line of a well-known song. This song was a pop song from the year 2001, okay, and I'm going to say it and see if you can work out the name of the song. I know about your kind. And so, I'll have to play. Hannah, I can tell that you know what this is straight away. What is it?
I think that would be Murder on the Dance Floor by Sophie Ellis-Bextor. She was an icon, and I definitely grew up with that. What do you think?
I second that.
You second that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go with that.
I'd second that, Joshua. She knows what she's talking about. Hannah, that is absolutely hang on. You have won another £10. You're up to 3 out of 10 so far. Fantastic.
Yay.
Yeah, good work. Okay, on to number 4, a difficult spelling word for you. Take your time. I want you to spell the word vinaigrette.
I'll say a spelling and you cut in if you think. Vinaigrette. VINAGRETTE. That's what I think it would be. You're going to go with me?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go with that as our final spelling.
It's close, but it's not quite right. It is a difficult word to spell. It's one of those where even when it's written down, you wonder whether it's written down correctly. It's the two vowels in the middle that got you. So it's VIN and then AIGRETTE, the A and the I in the middle. So folks, you didn't get that one right, but we've got lots more to come. Let's go on to number 5. If you are playing 5-card poker, and out of those 5 cards you have 3 of a kind and a pair, what is that called?
No idea.
The flush.
The flush.
Oh, full house.
Should we go with that?
Full house.
Yeah, full house. Oh, you seem more into poker than me, so I'll go with whatever you say.
Full house.
Full house is correct. You've got 4 out of 5 so far. On to number 6, and we're going to be turning up the difficulty a little bit in the second half. But don't forget, you still have 2 lifelines intact. Here we go. Sport. Tokyo hosted the Olympics most recently, and in fact, that's the second time they've hosted the Summer Olympics. Which city was the first to host the modern Summer Olympics twice?
Oh, Summer Olympics.
Could be... I think it would be a big one, maybe like London. Or maybe European, I think it came from Greece originally. Germany or somewhere? What do you think?
I don't know.
Go France? I don't know, there's so many countries. Should we go with France? I don't know, we're shooting in the dark. France?
So give me,
France?
I'm really looking for the city.
A city about Paris, I've guessed. Oh, let's go with Paris, France.
Wow, Paris is correct. That's excellent. Actually, sort of whittling down the answers there, you were quite sure that it was in Europe, and then sort of settled on France, and then when you got the city, very well done. So France was the first to host it. They hosted it in 1900 and 1924. In fact, London has hosted it 3 times, and Paris will host it for the 3rd time in 2024. Number 7. Country flags. Which is the only country's flag in the world with no red, white or blue on it?
I think Jamaica has yellow, green and black.
Jamaica. Yeah.
Jamaica. We're going to go with Jamaica.
Wow, you got that one as well. You're on a roll. A couple of more tricky questions and you nailed both of them. So well done. Jamaica is the correct answer. The only flag in the world with no red, white or blue on it. Here we go. On to number 8. What nickname was given to the crossing point between East and West Berlin along Frederick Strasser?
The Berlin Wall, perhaps?
I'm too Canadian for that question.
I've got East and West is the only division I can think of as the Berlin Wall between the East and the West. I don't know if it's on that street, but...
What's that, Jane?
We're going to ask Jane, I think.
Jane, it's your time to shine. Can you help Hannah and Joshua with this one?
There is only one nickname that I know that applies to the Berlin Wall in Berlin. And the whole thing was called the Iron Curtain. But in that particular street, it was called Checkpoint Charlie. And that is my final answer.
Yeah, I think she sounds like she knows what she's doing. Yeah, we'll go with Jane.
Fantastic, you are right to go with our resident brain, Jane. Checkpoint Charlie is correct. You've got another one. 2 questions left, 1 lifeline remaining. Question 9. Can you name any of the 3 states where you would find Yellowstone National Park?
Oh my gosh, Yellowstone. Like Washington? No. Next to Washington's Wisconsin. Actually, it might not be. You're asking the Brit which North America.
Washington is definitely one of them.
Should we go with Jane? I don't think we can get all 3. I mean, I don't know all 3. Do you?
Okay, we'll go with Jane.
We're going to go with Jane.
You want to go with Jane? Okay, Jane, you are back in action. I've got a feeling that you actually know all 3, so you only need to tell me one, but if you can name all 3, I'll buy you a glass of wine the next time I see you.
Wyoming, I think it goes as high as Montana as well. Right? And I'm trying to think what's in between. I know it goes from Montana to Wyoming. I mean, Idaho's around there. Right? So I think maybe Idaho, yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go with Montana, Idaho, and ending in, well, most of it is in Wyoming, definitely.
Should we go for it? We don't know.
Yeah, she sounded like she knew what she's talking about.
She's worked her magic again. She's bang on. So most of the park is in Wyoming, but there are sort of slivers at the northwest in Montana, and then a tiny bit down the southwest in Idaho. Okay, this is the last question, guys. As expected, it's really tricky. Here we go. What connects these 5 names? Nashville, Mayfair, Valencia, Hudson, and the moon. And this is a non-geographical connection, nothing to do with where they are, and it's got nothing to do with, the numbers and letters in the words or anything like that. Okay, so we're looking for something different. I'll say them again. Nashville, Mayfair, Valencia, Hudson, and the moon.
Well, Nashville's Tennessee. What could possibly be? What could be a coincidence with the moon?
Maybe with festivals?
Festivals? You want to go with that? If you're playing along at home and you want a clue, the clue is a well-known phone application.
Is it something that they all have a unique alcohol? No.
I can put you out of your misery if you like, folks. And,
I think we're a bit lost.
They're actually all Instagram filters.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't use
I should have known about Valencia. We're so on social.
There's no way I would have got that.
Oh, shame.
Guys, that was a real humdinger to end on. So you didn't quite crack the coconut, but you scored 8 out of 10.
Yeah, thank you, Jane.
Thank you, Jane.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
So because you got 8 right, you have won £80 or equivalent in your local currency. And in keeping with the Quiz Pod tradition, that's yours to spend on your favourite small business, be it a local coffee shop, pub, bookshop, whatever you like.
Amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And if you feel like giving a shout out to anyone,
I'd like to give a shout out to my mum and dad, especially my dad, for all of the trivia quizzes we've done at home.
I just give a shout out to my friends and family all back in Sarnia.
So Hannah and Joshua, you make quite a trivia team. Thank you very much for playing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it was really fun. And by the way, just a quick question. Are you ever starting this up in person again?
We're actually getting back to the in-person events where restrictions allow. So we're already doing some in the UK and we're getting back to it in Canada and hope to be doing more very soon. If you're in any of those places, listeners, come and check us out. And if you're further afield, you can always book us for a virtual event. It's not quite the same as meeting in person, but it is about as much fun as you can have on Zoom. So Hannah and Joshua, we've got one more thing. It's today's bad joke.
This is today's bad joke.
Someone asked me to review Orion's belt. I thought, 3 stars.
That was today's bad joke.
Think you can do better, folks, and crack the coconut? Get in touch, quizpod@quizcoconut.com, and you could feature on an upcoming episode. We're taking a couple of weeks off to prepare for our new season, and we'll be back with a regular episode soon. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. If you enjoyed today's quiz, why not book us for your next event? We host corporate events in the UK and Canada and virtual events all over the world. And don't forget to subscribe to the Quiz Pod so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next week. Quiz Coconut, nuts about trivia.